And it quickly went viral across the country.
Now in a story only on 10 News 10's Megan Kelly takes a look back at her case and speaks with experts to see just how common it is to contract the flesh-eating bacteria in Louisiana.
Vibrio vulnificus. It's a flesh-eating bacteria that can be found in raw seafood and even in brackish water. And only 50% of those infected actually survive. So I set out to see just how big the risk is for folks in Acadiana and what people can do to stay safe. A terrifying reality. Do we know just how safe the coastal waters really are?
If we had known that the risks were so high, I think maybe she would have stopped eating oysters.
Texas resident Jeanette LeBlanc died last year after eating raw oysters in Louisiana. Her wife, Vicki Berquist, says her symptoms showed up quickly.
About 36 hours later, she started having extreme respiratory distress, had a brash on her legs and everything.
So we headed to University Hospital and Clinics in Lafayette to speak with Director of Infectious Diseases, Dr. Nicholas Sells, to see just how common this infection is.
I've taken care of several cases, probably 7 or 8 in the last 2 years.
Nationwide, Vibrio infects 80,000 people a year, causing 100 deaths. According to the CDC, the Vibrio bacteria attacks the body in 2 ways: a skin infection or septicemia, a bloodstream infection that produces blistering skin lesions. LeBlanc was septic within the first 48 hours.
She was on dialysis, she had the wounds. Physically, her body was just racked from the bacteria.
This bacteria has a predilection for folks with immune systems that aren't quite the norm: diabetes, liver disease, people who are HIV positive.
Doctors say there are ways to protect yourself against the flesh-eating bacteria. Stay out of brackish water if you have a wound, or cover it with a waterproof Band-Aid. Also, make sure wounds do not come in contact with raw seafood juices. As far as eating raw oysters, a staple in South Louisiana, Dr. Sells says that's a personal choice.
That's a decision everyone's going to have to make for themselves. However, knowing the risks that are associated with consuming those oysters, I think, is very important.
LeBlanc fought for 21 days before she died. Berquist says she wants more people to know Vibrio's risks and protect themselves before it's too late.
It's hard, it's a day at a time, sad moments, and, it's just, you go forward.
Now, the flesh-eating bacteria has higher concentrations in coastal waters from May to October, but doctors warn if you see any type of infection to seek medical attention right away. I'm Megan Kelly for KLFY News 10.
Doctors say now there is a higher chance of contracting Vibrio during times of natural disasters like hurricanes or floods.
Scary when you hear a story like that. Of course, I know a lot of people like eating raw oysters. My father loves them. I prefer mine cooked, but like the doctor said, it's a personal choice. You just have to kind of be aware of, some of the
What are the dangers? Exactly, what the dangers are. And you're right, Rob. I love them too, but I do prefer them cooked. It's in Creole and Cajun dishes, gumbo, and fried oysters, and the po' boys, of course. So they are delicious. Just, it's a personal choice.